I have come to the Monsal Trail to do a unorganised half marathon race. So just made our way onto the old railway track, doing a bit of an out and back from Bakewell station down to a refreshment point at about the halfway stage, turn around, run back round. So hopefully capture some footage on the way, doing this run as a relatively stress-free, so take you along for a little bit of the experience and see how we go.
Starting at Bakewell station, we pick up the run about 4.5 kilometres in as we enter the first tunnel along the trail, the Headstone Tunnel, which runs under Ashford Lane, re-emerging onto the Monsal Head bridge over the River Wye, sorry couldn't resist, with spectacular views over the Derbyshire Dales. Such a beautiful afternoon, it was amazing how quiet the trail was today. A nice number of cyclists and walkers up and down the trail, but almost no other runners, which given the terrain and the conditions was quite surprising. It was about 21 degrees centigrade today and pretty clear blue skies throughout the run, but there were nice periods of shade through these tree-lined sections and through the tunnels, which meant the heat was not so much an issue, with regular periods of respite. That is me, and on the right is Cressbrook Mill, which was built in 1779 and was a producer of high-quality cotton for the lace-making industry, closing in 1971 before more recently being converted into apartments. We run into the Cressbrook Tunnel at around the 7 kilometre point of the run. There I am again. And we exit to some more spectacular views over Cressbrook to the right and a hill to Longston Edge on the left. Only spending a couple of 100 metres outdoors before entering the final tunnel on the outward section of the run, which is the Lytton Tunnel. We passed quite a few dogs on the trail today, like this guy who was certainly hunting for something. The cutting into the shale and limestone for the original railway line provided more shade from direct sunlight as we entered the final stretch of the outward section of the course. Crossing this double viaduct, first built in 1866 before being extended in 1905, before reaching Millers Dale Station and the halfway point of our run today.
Hit the halfway point, or a quarter of a marathon. Had an ice cream at the refreshment room. Now turning around, running back to where we started, onto the second half.
With the second half of the run basically being the reverse of the first, I thought I'd tell you a bit more about the history of the Monsal Trail in the Peak District National Park. The full length of the trail is about 8.5 miles. We cut it slightly short today for the purposes of a half marathon out and back. The trail opened to the public in 1981, but up until 2011, the 4 main tunnels remained closed, with footpaths around the tunnels forming part of the route. The Monsal Trail is one of 3 trails of old disused railway lines in the Peak District, with the High Peak Trail, a 17-mile trail length, and the Tissington Trail, a 13-mile trail length, which we hope to run in the future, being the other 2. There have been proposals to reinstate the railway line put forward since the Monsal Trail opened, the most recent being proposed by the Manchester and East Midland Rail Action Partnership beginning in 2019, which proposed somehow moving the Monsal Trail to facilitate the reopening of the railway but these were thankfully rejected in 2022, leaving the trail open for the public to continue walking, cycling, horse riding and running, as we can see today. Rather than destroying the trail, Derbyshire County Council is currently in the process of developing the White Peak Loop, which will incorporate the Monsal Trail. This will be a 50-mile route connecting the towns of Bakewell, Buxton and Matlock. Close to 3/4 of this loop is complete, with hopes to have it funded and finished during 2025, which I'm sure will be a popular multi-day or ultramarathon route for keen runners and ramblers. We are now in the final stretch of the trail, and an area we didn't discuss in the first half. We are coming up to Hassop railway station, which is now a cafe and the start-finish point for the Monsal Trail Park Run, which started in 2018, attracting over 200 runners each week. Perhaps we will come back in the near future to run that as part of our Park Run series. And now into the final kilometre, taking us from Hassop to the old Bakewell station, passing along some fields with some sheep, some residential properties in Bakewell. Bakewell station, unlike some other stations along the route, hasn't been converted into a cafe, probably because of its close proximity to Hassop Cafe, and is, I believe, used as a warehouse space for surrounding businesses. Final few metres now, and a bit of a quick turnaround and run back, just to make sure my watch ticked over the half marathon distance.
And we are done in just about 2 hours and 5 minutes. But today was just about getting some easy kilometres into the legs. They felt dead yesterday, so I'm quite glad that they've managed a half today at a reasonably okay pace. Lovely run along the Monsal Trail. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you like these videos, please give the video a like. Maybe watch one of these other couple of videos. Subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time. See ya.